Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another week of We're Doing Fine. And got a trusty old bourbon over here today. And this is Chicken Cock. It's actually one of my more preferred bourbons. Really like it. Last week was Halloween, and we did the Halloween pod. Had a pretty good pod. I had messed up my recording in Alabama when I went to the beach, so I had to redo it all over again when I got home. But nonetheless, got it done. Did it. It was fun. And came back, and I wanted to go do something for Halloween. I dressed up as Magnum PI. I ended up getting a phone call around 6 o'clock after I finished my podcast, and I had a couple of bourbons, and I was sitting on the couch, and somebody needed emergency music, so I went out there and I played some songs for 8 o'clock. It wasn't too far away, so I went over there and played from 8 to 11, and that was cool little gig. But after that, didn't do too much. Didn't have to watch LSU. Got to relax a little bit and enjoy some college football stress-free. So that was great. This week, been getting ready to, I think Sunday, I got up and I said, you know what? It was time to celebrate Christmas and begin decorating. So that's what I did Sunday. I drove to Baton Rouge. Well, I went and got my decorations out, what I had, and I put it all over my house. I got my Christmas tree up, the garland on the fireplace, the stockings for me and Dice. Went and found my nutcrackers, put those out in front of the fireplace. And one of my buddies told me, he said, you're at the front of the road this year, and you're going to need to go all out. You're going to need to put the Christmas lights on your house. And I've never done it before. He said, look, I'll help you. And I said, perfect, because there ain't no way I'm doing that by myself. I might hire somebody to go put them on my roof, but I think I can hang some Christmas lights. He's right. I'm at the front of the road. Kids love Christmas lights. I love Christmas lights. I just, I don't know about all that climbing on high ladders. I'm not big on that, but he's done it before. He did it for his house. So he said he's going to help me out and do it for mine. So I trust him. I'm going to do it. I just got to go figure out what I'm going to pick out and do, because Christmas lights, them things get up there with little pricey things. And I went to Lowe's, and they got this big old abominable snowman. If you've been into Lowe's lately, it's $500. It's 10 foot tall. I think it yells at you when you walk by it. Cool little thing, but I don't know if I want that in my front yard. But anyways, I don't know if I want any figurines in the front yard. I think Christmas lights will do fine. And I am still working on selling my house. Haven't done it yet, my other house. So the other house I'm trying to sell, I've been working on it. So I had to go get all my stuff over there. My Christmas decorations were still over there. But I set it all up. And look, man, I just can't. I have no decorative influence. Yeah, I just don't know how to do it. I mean, I bought this house in April, and it's November now. I don't have any pictures hanging. I just don't know. This is the coolest thing I got behind me in my bourbon cabinet. I need a woman to walk through a store, and I need to go, take this card. You've seen what my house looks like. Take this card. Go buy it. Go buy it. If you think it goes, get it. Because I am just the worst at that. I've been to 3 stores for one goal. I need to go my bathroom. I don't have anything above my bathtub. It's a walk-in shower, but to the right's a big old wall where the bathtub is, and there's nothing on it. And I'm like, look, all I need to go do is go into one of those stores, buy a stupid picture like you see in a hotel in the bathroom. That means absolutely nothing. Buy it, put it on the wall. I went to Home Goods. I went to Target, and I went to Hobby Lobby. I should find something there, right? I went in there and walked around each store for probably an hour in each store. And I'm like, I don't know. Does that go there? I can't. I don't know. You know, you got these people that go and buy, if you go to their houses and it's like, oh, this is a nice house. It got nice accents everywhere. And it's like, they buy the little cactus thing and they stick it just somewhere. And I have no clue where to put these little knickknacks at. And Christmas, it makes it easier, but it's like, I still got to go buy these things. I bought a Christmas tree like this tall. I bought like a little fixture with little red and leafy things on it with red berry things. And it was in a vase. I bought that. It was the same size. And I bought a turntable. I said, okay, I'll put this in the kitchen and I'll put everything on top of it. And then I had to go put what I had in the kitchen that's been on there since I bought the house. I had to go put that in the pantry. So, look, I don't know what I'm doing. But it's cool. It's fun. Trying to figure out what in the world to do. And it's getting closer to Christmas time. And this time of year for our customers, we give them out ham certificates. And like from Honey Baked Ham. So they can go get a ham. And it's not too many of them we do it to, but some of our better ones. And we were waiting on these to come in, and I went to Honey Baked Ham twice to go get them. And both times they said no, they weren't ready yet, although they were supposed to be ready. And then today, when I go get them, they tell me that they have perished with the flight or some kind of way they got destroyed with that UPS flight that blew up in Louisville. And I'm like, how did that happen? But you think the flight to Louisville, the UPS plane, would have nothing to do with mine because that plane was going to Hawaii. But apparently there was multiple planes involved. I don't even know the whole story. But what we can do, since we have internet, is look this up. UPS, Louisville flight. And I don't know who's lying, if it's either UPS or it's Honey Baked Hams pulling this mess. So there was actually, just came out today that 3 people have died, or they found 3, I think. The 3 flight crew who were amongst the 12 people killed crashed. They've been named, so they got 3 names. And it was terrible. I mean, I don't know if everybody's seen the video that's been going around. The plane wasn't even, it was like still on the tarmac, taking off. And it was like having trouble taking off, and it just kept steady at the same level, accelerating, and then it just went about 500 yards and just crashed, and it blew up. Let's see. The left plane engine detached from the aircraft during takeoff, and then the plane crashed back into the ground, tearing a hole through the roof of a UPS warehouse before exploding in a fireball, which we all saw. The airport was closed Tuesday and then reopened on Wednesday. Oh my goodness, any signs of human remain. It had 38,000 gallons of fuel and it hit 2 buildings, including a petroleum recycling facility. So look, I saw the video and the thing blew up like a bomb. I guess that's why, because it hit a petroleum recycling facility. Jeez. Yeah, that wasn't good. And that's sad, man. I used to work for UPS. That was one of my first jobs while I was in college. When I was playing baseball, in college, and you get towards the end of the school year for the first semester going into Christmas. That'd be a job that some people would do. They'd go work preload in the morning, so it's like a little part-time thing, and you're really just a contract worker. You're not working full-time. It's not a full-time job. It was for people like college kids or people that are just looking to make some extra money, and it was like those hours to where you could make extra money. You would go show up at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning, and you'd go work till about 9 or 10, and then people would go to their regular job. And some people would, if you're a college kid, you just sleep all day and then play Fortnite in the afternoon. But I never did the preloading in college. So whenever you're kind of getting entry into it for UPS, the first thing I could do, let's see, I wasn't 21 yet when I first started. So to be 21 to drive a vehicle, you had to be 21. So when I first started, I was 20, and I did one season where I was a driver helper. So they got little bitty seats that are in the UPS truck, and that's for the driver helper. And I thought it was kind of dumb because I don't really know how it helps a driver unless it's in a neighborhood. If it's in a neighborhood, definitely helps a driver because one could go to this house, one goes to the other house. But that's what I did. I worked with this cool little black guy, Brandon. Poor dude couldn't yank words out of him. But this was out in Alexandria, and we drove out in the country, and I'd be like, I'd get on his truck, I'd go park, and he'd park, and he'd text me when he was ready to go, like, hey, I'm ready to pick you up. And I'd go over there, and he'd pick me up at 10 or 11, and then I would help him till about 3 or 4. And then I think, there was like rules with how long a driver helper could work. So he'd always let me out at like 3 or 4. I'm like, all right, you sure you don't need any? I mean, I'll work. And I don't know, I was making probably $12 an hour, maybe. I don't even know. It wasn't much, but it was extra spending money, while you're in college. And I'd try to pull it out of Brandon, and the guy, he was like an awkward dude. Didn't talk. I mean, I probably had the worst person. I guess he could have been a mean guy. That would have been worse. He wasn't mean, at least. He just didn't talk. And then when I would try to make conversation with him, he'd just, and I'm like, Brandon, that's not how this works. If we're going to drive in a truck every single day, we're going to have to talk to each other. You know that, right? And then sometimes I'd try to crack jokes at him. So I'd say something funny, and I would kind of look at him from the side, and he'd go, So he was cool. I think he's probably still working over there. I don't know. But after that, I started doing, it was a PVD. So UPS also, for you guys that want to make some good money, they do PVD contracting work. So it's personal vehicle delivery. And you use your own vehicle, and you meet up with a UPS guy first thing in the morning, right after they get their load. You go meet them in a parking lot. If you've ever seen people driving in their own vehicles delivering, that's what it is. And you would get like a quarter maybe of their packages. And I used to have, during Christmas time and Thanksgiving, those packages get up there. You could have, just on my truck, because I had a pickup truck. So they love a pickup truck because you can fit a lot more in it. And I had, I would get like 70, 80 stops, which is a lot. Like a regular UPS driver carries around 300 stops. It just depends where you're at. 200 to 300 stops. And I would have around like 60 to 90 stops was a lot. That's a lot of stops. So I would have that time. Sometimes I'd have to take like half, and I'll be like, hey, I'll come drive and meet you later. But that was a good little gig, man. When I was in college, I mean, I was making like, I think it was $20 an hour, $21 an hour. you get paid by the mile. And I was like, I would have to drive 30 miles out just to start my stops. I would do probably 100 miles a day. So you're making 58 cents a mile. I mean, that was good money for me back then. I mean, that stuff was adding up. I was making like $1,000 a week and $1,200 a week, something like that. It was, and I'd get off. I'd start at 10 in the morning. I'd get off at 4:30. I mean, I was loving it. And those were cool times, man. I love doing that. I mean, you just sit, you're driving these back roads. It's Christmas time. You're listening to Christmas music. You're listening to radio. I got sick of listening to music because I was driving so much. But man, everybody, one thing I liked about UPS is when you're delivering packages, everyone's happy to see you. And they give you a cool uniform. And you got the shirt, the pants, the jacket, the hat, the notes, everything. It was cool. Everybody loves a UPS guy. And I would hate those houses would have like the dogs that would get you. Man, there was this one house. It was on Highway 454 out near Marksville. Oh my goodness. And nobody told me about this house. And I was pulling in. And the house was like off the road, just maybe 150 yards. So I parked on the road because there was like house. So I parked on the road, ran out to go deliver a package. And I mean, I'm like halfway to the house and the lady comes out the door. She's like, "Get back in your truck. Get back in your truck." And I'm like, what? Here comes this 200-pound German Shepherd sprinting at me. And I'm like, oh my God, it's coming. And I dropped the package, sprinted back in my truck, closed the door. And she's like, "You can't get out your truck over here." And I'm like, what in the world are you talking? Louisiana has a leash law. You can't be letting that animal over here. What's wrong with you? So from then on, that was a story I told when I got back to the hub at UPS. And oh man, my guy Brandon, somebody else told me the story because Brandon's not going to tell me. But one guy was like, "Yeah, that poor dude Brandon that goes deliver out there. He one night it was getting late and it was dark and it was like 7 or 8 at night, and he was going to deliver a package. He got the dog got him. The dog got him. It attacked him apparently. Oh my God, I can only imagine seeing, because black people already scared of dogs, and I could just imagine it being black and you hear a animal coming at you, and it being Brandon. I mean, a poor guy, a giant German Shepherd coming to get you. But man, that happened a couple of times. I'd have houses where, oh my goodness, these little dogs, and it's like these people just leave. They leave the dog out and about, just in the neighborhood. I'm like, there's kids here. Y'all aren't scared this dog's going to eat a kid? I used to deliver to this other house. This other house, and it had five or six dogs that were outside, free to do whatever they wanted. And they would follow me house to house. But these dogs were bad. And most of the time, it's the little bitty dogs that get you. Those little bastards. There was this little terrier. I mean, this big. I could crush his head with my hands. And I hated that thing. One time I was going to this, and it'd always bark at your feet. I mean, it'd be right there, and that lady would be super nice outside. Like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, don't worry about it." And it's like, "Lady, yeah, come get your dog. Gonna bite me." And then one time the lady wasn't home, man, and I had to go walk on the porch. I mean, I've probably done it 10 times already. And I walked on the porch, seeing if anybody was home, left the package, and I'm walking back to my truck, and this thing's just barking at my ankles. Bark, 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 bark. And it snapped my ankle. Oh, I turned around and kicked that sucker. My God. I was like, oh. And I said, I ain't coming back to this house. Not a chance. That's ridiculous. And then, I mean, all these houses back there, They're terrible, man. One time, this dog, I was at this lady's house, not too far, and I get out of my truck, and then this happened again. This giant dog, I mean, I forget what it, like a Great Dane size dog, comes out the house. It comes out from behind the house, sprints at me. I was like, oh my God. I thought it was going to kill me. Jumped in my truck. The window was rolled down. He jumps on my truck. I'm like, get the hell off my truck. I'm throwing the box down. I mean, this was like fight or die situation. This thing is biting my tires to my truck. Biting the tires. This thing is 3.5 foot tall, standing on its legs. Like not even on his back 2 legs, on his front 4 legs. It is 3.5 foot tall, 4 foot tall. This thing's huge. It's biting my tires. I threw the package out the window, called the lady beforehand, and I said, your animal, I'm sorry, I dropped the package. It's over here. Just letting you know, you got to get your dog. Oh, Lord. And, you know, out in the country, them people just, they don't care. You know, nobody else is going out there. It's just a UPS guy. Oh, man, you'd go down to these, you know, you start getting in the woods, you know. You're going to these houses with, it's like, that's the brother, that's the aunt, that's this, that's that. Battery exhaust. It seems my camera died, but that's okay. So I was talking about delivering packages to these people. And anyways, it was fun, you know. I think the last thing I said was Brandon was getting attacked by a dog. But I ended up going back and I worked there for a long time. You know, working at these farm places and these just back in the woods. A lot of my packages were people that were like, I mean, country folk, you know. I had to deliver medicine and like the people would have to be there. And sometimes I'd have to just leave it on the, like their fridge in the back porch or something. And that's a big no-no. But they'd be like, no, the other guy does it all the time. So I was like, all right, whatever. We're going to do it then. And it was fun. Never got in trouble for it. I remember one time I was driving down the road and, man, I had stuff on the back of my tailgate. And I saw a package just blow out the wind, out on the ground, fell down. And I was like, oh my goodness. And no, well, look, I thought I saw something. And I was like, was that a package that blew out my truck? And then I went to this stop and I was missing a package. And I was like, that was it. And this happened probably like 30 minutes before. And I was like, that was a package. And I drove back all the way back to town, right where I thought I dropped it out. And I couldn't find it anywhere. And I was like, that was it. But I couldn't find it. And then after that day, we got back and we got a big old lecture. And they said, guys, if we lose packages and it is connected to your truck and we see in the database that was on your truck, you will be responsible for paying for the package. And I was like, oh my goodness, come on. But there's no telling what was in it. And I ended up working there. I did I did the driver helper the year before, and then this year I did the PVD. And you know, I didn't want to move back home just yet. So I was like, man, I want to be a UPS driver because those guys make good money. You know, those guys make like $35, $38 an hour, like good money. They make definitely over $100,000 a year, you know. And it's the only bad thing is it's long hours to work. Definitely in peak season they call it, which is like end of October to January, about 2.5 months. It is balls to the wall. You're delivering. You're out there at 10 in the morning, and you might not get back till 10 or 11 at night sometimes. And it's crazy. I mean, a regular volume for like number of packages. A regular number of packages that came through our small building was like 14,000, 12 to 14,000. That's normal. If you hear 12 to 14,000, you're like, all right, I'm going to have a regular day. I'll be off at 5 or so. But if you heard like 19, 25, 26,000, you're like, oh no, that's going to be a long one. And anyways, I wanted to work there, and I got called. I was one of 2 people that got called, and they offered me a job. Like, hey, do you want to be a driver eventually one day? I was like, yeah, I'd love to. And so there's a process at UPS. Everybody starts at the bottom. So if you want to work at UPS, no matter if you're 40 years old, it goes by seniority. So you start at the bottom. So I had to start as a preloader, which was waking up in the mornings. Some people were assigned to scan packages when they came down the belt. Some people were assigned to get those packages and put them on the truck. But me, being a bigger guy, I got assigned to opening the 18-wheelers that drove up that were 50 foot long, opening the back door of them, having the packages fall down on your face, and you get to go through that entire truck, picking up packages, putting them on the belt, picking up, putting down, picking up, putting down. And the first time I did that, man, it was probably 3:30 in the morning. And the doors are, you can't even pick up the 18-wheeler doors because they are so, the packages are pushing up against them so much that it's causing pressure. The doors bowed in. And you got to do like a deadlift at 3:30 in the morning, 4 in the morning. And it's like, ugh. And that's my dog barking. And anyways, my first time doing it, I was in the back of this truck. They're teaching me how to do it. And my boy Charles, great guy, teaching me how to do it. But look, the supervisors, they will not help you. They'll sit back there and show you how to do it, but they will not help you. Man, it was the worst. I mean, it was like a football workout in the summers. You're sitting up there and you're picking up every single package. There's probably 5,000 packages in a truck. And we'd get like 10 trucks, I don't know, maybe 2,000 in a truck. I don't know, a lot. And you got to put them down this belt. And the longer it goes, you got to get these racks. You got to pull these racks out from the side, from the back of the trailer, pull it out, set it down. Then you got to get these rollers that are about 10 foot long, pick that up, put it by the conveyor belt. Now you can extend the truck longer. You put it and it rolls down this little belt. Nothing electric, nothing motorized. It's just loose rollers and it rolls. And then the longer it goes, you got to get a little bigger one. And then you extend it again with another ladder with rollers on it. Roll that down. And these things weren't made perfect. My God, I mean, it was terrible. The rollers would fall off sideways. The packages would collapse in the middle. Oh my goodness. And then these paper boxes, like you see like an Office Depot cardboard paper box that has nothing but paper in it, printer paper. There'd be trucks that come in and they'd have 60 of them. And them things are probably 30 or 40 pounds. They do not slide down the rollers. They just won't. They're so heavy that they're hitting the rollers and they're getting stuck. And you're getting a groove. You think you got it going on. And I mean, you'd push a package hard into another package, and then the snake would happen. They'd break in the middle. The package would fall on the left side, the right side. You're sweating. There's sweat in your eye from your eyebrows. And it's 5 a.m, and you're looking at it and you go, I'm going to kill someone. I'm going to kill someone. And then you know what you have to do? You got to tighten those bootstraps. You got to go walk down there with a calm mind. and you put that package back on there with a smile, with a UPS smile on your face, and you say, I'm better than this. And you put it down on the roller. I'm serving the people. That's what I'm doing. Oh my God. And I did that for about 3 months, 4 months. And it was not fun. I'll tell you that, it was not fun. And I remember one time, 1 second, please. One time, we were having a good little day. You're getting to know these people. I'll tell you, a lot of these people are sour. These workers. I mean, who's happy at 5 a.m? A lot of these people are sour at 5 a.m. And, I don't know if I like these people. It's like, do they like me? I don't. It's too much. There's too much going on. It's overstimulating at 5 a.m, 4 a.m. It's like, I don't know if these people are just in a pissed off mood, or it's just 5 a.m, or it's just, this is the worst job because we're making $10 an hour and we only work for 5 hours. And, one time they called me down. They were like, "Hey, Connor," I was in the back of a truck. "Hey, Connor, come on down here. Got something for you." I said, "Okay." And I went down there and he goes, "You want to scan for the day?" And look, let me tell you, the best job at UPS for preload is scanning, because you sit at the bottom while us big backs up top are throwing these packages down. You get to sit up top. I mean, you get to sit down low in the conveyor belt and you just scan them. They come by, you put your little knocker on it, scan, next package, scan, that's all you do. That's all you do. It's the easiest job at UPS. And, man, they let me do that one day, and I was like, "Really? I'll do it. Yeah. Why not?" I was like, "I'm getting good at this." And that was like the only time they ever let me do it. But man, there's a system at UPS. The jobs suck while you're doing them, but there's a system. As much as they suck, you got to have a good guy in the back of that truck unloading these packages. Because if you don't, everything goes to shit. Then you have to have a good scanner at the bottom. If you have somebody down there that's incompetent and they can't scan, then the good loader up top is wasting their time, because they're just waiting for the scanner to scan the packages. And then they're throwing the packages down. You got to have good people that are loading the trucks. So if they're not loading the trucks fast enough, the scanners are jammed, I'm jammed, we're all jammed. So it's like a big team effort. It's like, "Hey, look, I know I don't want to be up here doing this, but if we're going to all get out of here at a reasonable time and not get yelled at, we're going to have to do this together. We're going to have to fit our characteristics and embrace them, what we're good at." And it was fun, kind of, not really fun, but it was like, you got to learn about yourself for sure. There'd be people that rolled in there and I'm like, "Yeah, right. You won't be here for 2 days. You won't show up tomorrow, I bet." When I started working over there, man, it was like March, February or March. And it's still pretty cold in February or March. So we'd get, especially in the morning. So we'd get over there. And the guys that are in the back of the trucks, you're going to work up a sweat. You're going to be drenched in sweat. I've made that mistake. I worked out it's freezing cold. I've worked out in a sweatshirt and sweatpants. I'm soaked. That ain't lasting 30 minutes. And I remember a guy, this dude showed up one morning. He was a new guy. And he had a hoodie on, sweatpants, and he didn't say a word. And I was like, "You're going to be taking that off soon, buddy. I promise you." And he was moving the packages. He was in the other truck next to me. He's moving the packages. We going through it. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just in the groove. I got my earphones in. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm just rolling. And, we take a break or whatever, and look at this dude's gray sweatshirt and gray sweatpants turned black, and he's not taking it off. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have anything underneath it, but I'm like, this guy's got to be dying. This little old black dude, and I'm like, there ain't no way he's in good shape because I know he's struggling. I've done the same thing. You show up there and it could be 35 degrees outside. And look, we have to unload these trucks that's outside. And this dude was soaking wet. I'm not keeping a sweatshirt on at all. If you're doing any physical labor, absolutely not. I'm going to sweat right through it. 35 degrees feels amazing. I mean, you'd have to go change your clothes and take a shower every single day. These packages, when you touch them, your hands are just black. Black. Those packages just turn your hands black. And yeah, that dude went on, we had a break. So UPS, it's terrible. They need to change this UPS. And I don't know if it's the same place everywhere. You get one break while you're doing preload. One break. I think the legal minimum is one 15-minute break or 10-minute break for every 3 hours of work. I think that's the legal. That's why in a regular job, you get a 30-minute break because you're working 369. I don't know, maybe it was 2 hours. Every 2 hours, you need a 10-minute break, something like that. So we got one 10-minute break, and it would be this damn bell that went off. And we'd all, like we were in a factory, drop our heads, stop what we're doing. We walk on over to somewhere just to sit down. People smoking, slitting their wrists, wondering when they're going to find something better, drinking Powerades, and we're just like, and then that bell, and then we, like a robot, just go on back, go do it again. Oh gosh, it was terrible. And then I ended up leaving because I had a little too much fun in my regular life. And I got like one of those driving certificates you get whenever you drive real good and you hit the back of a car after a couple of beers. And I got one of those certificates and I ended up moving back home. So probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. And that was it for UPS. But I wanted to be on the back of that truck, man. But I was doing music at the time too. And, you know, Alexandria, if you really look at it, they had no music scene, so it kind of worked out for the best. I came back. I was just being stupid. I wanted to stay over there. I didn't want to come back home. Stupid me. And, like, when I came back home, the hours are better. I mean, night and day, just better. I'm like, what was I doing over there? Guys, you don't have to stay. I mean, there were some people that were over there at UPS. And, I mean, they started working there when they were 18 or 19, and you can't drive till you're 21. And they were doing that every day, doing that packaging. They're getting up in the morning every day at 3:30 in the morning to go load a truck, unpackage a truck. Oh, I couldn't imagine doing that for a year. I couldn't imagine doing that for 6 months. It was humbling. You know, it's like, these dudes work. You think a UPS dude don't work? That's why UPS dudes work. And they worked for that driving privilege. I mean, that's why you see, you know, there's a difference between FedEx and UPS. A visual difference. A guy can come off the street and go work for FedEx. And you can tell because they're wearing their basketball shorts. They're wearing their sloppy shirt untucked. And you see a UPS guy, he's got that uniform on. He's got his black shoes on, black and brown shoes like he's supposed to. He's got his shirt and his hat, and it's on forward. And they're delivering packages. And they're not messing around when they deliver packages. They don't look sloppy when they come in. You know why? Because they all been through the trenches like I have. I mean, I didn't do it probably near as long as them. But still, you got the experience. I mean, you like go through spring training. You go through boot camp. You know, whenever you get that driving badge and you don't have to go back to do that again, it's like, oh, I won't. It's like going to jail. You know, I ain't never doing that again. And it's cool though. It's something to talk about. You always got a story. I still talk to some of those guys, and it's not for everyone. You got to just you have to. It's a different breed. You're not gonna if you're a regular person. I'm just being honest. If you have no drive, you're just not gonna make it. If you don't, it's literally like going back into workouts again. It's a big workout. It's discipline. It's getting up every morning, doing that every single day. And I mean, if you're not getting better at it, they're going to fire you. So you got to get better at it. You got to be consistent with it. It's crazy. I mean, it's like a military training. But honestly, I love the guys at UPS. And UPS was a great job. It is a great job. They have great benefits, and a lot of people bitch about it, but because they're working over there. But who doesn't about their job? You're just going to have that. It's great money with great benefits. If I would have ended up doing that instead of what I do now, I mean, I liked it. Whenever you're on your own, I'm one of those guys that I like being on my own. I don't like having somebody breathing down my neck. Telling me, watching me every single move. So like now I'm in like sales. So I'm always on the road. I'm always driving around. I'm seeing people. I'm meeting people. I bring people stuff. I bring people food, whenever customers food, customers, you're always treating somebody. And that's kind of the same thing with UPS. I love that stuff. You don't have to, you get to talk to people, interact with people. And some people just aren't made for that. And not to say if you're a UPS driver, you have to be a personal guy, not by any means. But still, it almost teaches you have to interact with people. You have to, in a way, you have to be a people person at a certain time. Because you're going to meet 300 of them today and tomorrow and the next day. So you got to smile. Hey, here you go, UPS. Yep, there you go. Hey, here you go, UPS. And it's the same thing with sales, man. Everything with sales. You're meeting somebody. Some people don't like doing sales. I enjoy it. Not everybody can do it, though. Because, everybody can do it, I think. But not everybody is going to stick out to do it. The most money you're ever going to make is in sales. It just is. If you're making sales for anyone, and you get good at it, you're going to be making money. You have to look at it like that. You have to look at it as I'm making someone's day. I can help you out. But the only way that I'm going to make money and I'm going to help you make money, you have to have that connection, that person. You got to learn how to talk to people. You have to learn how to interact with, you got to change your vibe up for different people. You can't act the same way for this guy and for this guy. This guy might not like people talking at all whenever they come to see him. This guy might want to bullshit with you for 20 or 30 minutes. You got to know what you're walking into. You got to read the room. I don't want to connect it all to UPS, but like when you're in sales, this is how I like to do it. Whenever, say you're cold calling someone, and because I do a lot of cold calls, I just go visit customers or potential customers that could definitely be a customer. You read the room, you walk in, smile on your face. Always bring something. You have to always bring something. You walk in, smile on your face. Can't look too cocky. Nobody wants to see that. You can't be too cocky when you walk in. You got to walk in very humble. What does that mean? Walk in very humble. You got to walk in, hey, how you doing? Look, I don't want to, I'm not here to do anything. I'm just dropping this off for you. I know we work with a couple of people that do the same thing as us, or I know we work in line. Our customers are the same as y'all kind of customers, and I think this could really help you out. Look, I'm just stopping by. This is our stuff right here. I'm dropping off. We do this, bang, bang, bang. We do that. And look, if hopefully I could help you out sometime, and hope to hear from you. Sometimes you walk in, you're like, what's going on? I got breakfast for you guys. And like, yeah, I mean, people are people. People are people. You got to act like a freaking person when you're doing this. So, you walk in and you're like, what's going on, guys? And they're like, hey, how can I help you? And I said, oh, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just bringing y'all donuts. That's all I'm here for. And you drop them off donuts or something, and you're like, yeah. I work with a couple of guys, a couple of customers that I work with a couple of people that do the same thing. They're the same line of business as y'all. They love our stuff. I thought y'all probably would too. If you don't mind, get this to whoever needs to see it. Here's my card if you need it. And then, I can't tell you how many times I've done that exact thing. It takes 20, 30 seconds. I turn around to leave and they go, wait a second. And you go, wait a second. Gotcha. Yes, sir. How can I help you? So does this do this and this and this? And it's like, yeah. Oh, I could do that. Well, we could talk about it. You never say no unless they're asking to pay you. But you never say no, Can you do this? Well, we could talk about that. Definitely. We could talk about it. I won't say I can't promise you, but look, I can look into it. And everything is sales, man. Like I do music. It's all sales. Everything wraps around 360 in your life. When you meet a person, and I can't tell you how many times this happened to me. If you meet a person and you just say you were having a bad day or you just don't want to talk to them, you meet them and you come off like that, they remember that. They see you again and they remember that. Even if you weren't ever dealing with them in any kind of capacity and you met them at a restaurant or ran into them doing something, and then you're doing your thing and you just so happen to come up and you're at their place of business trying to sell something, and they're like, you're that guy that was an asshole. Man, everything is sales. Everything is sales and music. I don't care what you say. I guess if you made it huge, you don't have to worry about that. But you never mean anybody. You never put anybody down. You never talk about people behind their backs because you never know who knows what. You never know. If you're, if somebody's talking bad, if the other person is talking bad about somebody, you never agree unless you know them really good. But you never agree to it. You never say anything. You just go, oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, well, I understand, because, man, it wraps around. It comes all the way back. It really does. And, that sales is just, everybody's got their own little way of doing it. You just have to be a versatile person if you're going to do sales. But like I said, everything is sales. You never know. If you were a nice guy to somebody, just being a regular person, not even in sales, a nice guy to somebody, and just say you go to get a quote on some kind of installation in your house, and you have met them previously for just being nice or just being personable or something connected. And they go, oh, look, don't even worry about that. I'll take care of it for you. It all works. It does. The whole world works like that. People like people. Definitely good people. So always give when you can, and always be mindful. Be mindful of that. I'm going to go try and put these 2 episodes together because apparently one of them shit the bed, and I had to end up doing this one on my phone to finish it. So I'm going to smash these together. Hopefully nothing has messed up. I did have one question from my other podcast. Let me go see it real quick. My buddy Tyler Atkins been killing it with the questions lately. So my phone is actually connected to the camera right now. And let's see, so I can go look it up on Spotify. So just give me a second. 1 second. Halloween app. There it is. Click on it. Comments. All right. Tyler commented, Halloween this, Halloween that. Is it crazy that I dropped $100 on Christmas decor this year and immediately put it up November 1st? Tyler, no. And look, Tyler, expect to drop a lot more because Christmas is expensive and it needs to be. We're putting money into this. My mom just told me we're going to have these decorations forever. So don't mind the money. This is going to be the only time you spend that $100. So go spend $100 more. Go buy the Christmas tree. Listen to your wife. And put the garland up. Put Rudolph in the front yard. Just do it. It's what she wants. It's what you want. That's it for this week, guys. We're doing fine. Connor James out. I'll see you later.